Hey guys, welcome back to Minute Watch, and I am back from a vacation in which my buddy and I, Levi, we flew to Oregon to meet with our friend Ryan, and we all took an RV down to St. George, Utah. We drove 1,000 miles there and back, and we met up with our friend Tyler, who's also known as Everride on YouTube, and we met up with a bunch of other people that we met on YouTube who we're all good friends now, and we all rode dirt bikes in awesome terrain, and it was super good fun. If you want to check out some of those adventures, click on that battery pack right there and forget about this video. But anyway, let's get that away. This is a Bulova Precisionist 9B129. This is my buddy Scott's watch, and the reason that I have all these things here is that these are batteries for watches, and the Precisionist is a battery powered watch. What makes the Precisionist line of watches very, very interesting to me is that they use a very smooth sweeping second hand. Now, it is extremely rare in the watch community to have a quartz watch with a very smooth sweeping second hand. It's one of the smoothest, in fact, if not the smoothest sweeping second hand I've ever seen. The movement is a Citizen quartz movement, as Citizen owns Bulova now. And most quartz watches, as you probably already know, they just kind of tick, you know, they tick 1 second at a time. And that's because their two-pronged quartz crystals allow only a 1 to 2 beat per second oscillation, whereas this three-pronged quartz movement allows for 16 beats per second, which is much higher than pretty much anything else in the world as far as watches are concerned. The Seiko high beat movement that exists right now, they are perhaps the smoothest mechanical watch movements right now. I don't think there's anything smoother than that. I could be mistaken, but they tick around at 10 beats per second, and that's an expensive watch. Those watches are pretty expensive. They're like $7,000, $8,000 watches, $8,000, and it's pretty cheap compared to some of the more luxurious watches out there. But that Seiko high beat movement is, in my opinion, one of the best movements you can get. But this pretty cheap watch beats at 16 beats per second and is supposedly extremely accurate. According to Bulova, this watch will stay within 10 seconds or less per year as far as accuracy is concerned. And most mechanical watches will stay in plus or minus 5 or 10 seconds per day. That's how much they'll change. But so this is less than 10 seconds per year accuracy, which is extremely good. And some people have not had that kind of luck with these Precisionist watches, but that's what the claim is. And it's probably true because quartz watches do tend to be more accurate than mechanical watches. One of the drawbacks of this Precisionist movement is that because it uses a higher frequency beating, that sounds funny, a higher frequency beating, because it's because of the sweeping second hand movement and the three-pronged quartz, it does use more energy. So the battery probably will only last about 2 years at best, is what some people are complaining. Some people have gone as low as 1.5 years. But changing the battery is pretty easy, and you're getting a super cool watch. And my battery's gonna die. I'm gonna freak out. My battery's gonna die. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Cleaned up this area a little bit. Had a snack. Did a crossword puzzle. Came back, and now we're gonna talk about this watch again. Hey, anyway, what else can I say about this watch? Let's see. At first, I was actually kind of put off by this watch because it has this really curved case. Can you see it? It's not just domed, it is curved, and I think it's actually might be slightly concave. I don't know. Might be my eyes playing tricks on me, but it might be a little bit concave. But the more I look at it, the more, and after wearing it for a while on my wrist, I actually really appreciate that it is that curved. It actually lessens the presence of the size, and I really like that. It's different. It's striking, and oh gosh, Scott, I'm keeping it. Sorry, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. I think I mentioned before it's about $200 off of Amazon, but you can get it right now for about $130. They may even go lower as the Christmas sales and Black Friday sales hit, but I'm gonna assume that it's gonna stay around $130. And they have other models too in the Precisionist line, and all of them are equally as cool. Some of them are big, some of them are smaller, but they all hover around the 42-46 millimeter size. Speaking of that, let's measure the case, shall we? Shall we play a game? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. The specs on the sites, Amazon and Bulova, say 44 millimeters. Well, this is not a Bulova anymore. This is an older model. But this one says 44.87 because of this protruding piece right here, pseudo crown guard. But it's 44 millimeters if you measure from just the circumference of the greater case. I like that, the greater case. I'm going to use that from now on. The lug width is a hefty 20. A weird 21.5 size. That's this is wrong. Yep, see? I knew already. This is 22, about 22 millimeters. I'm gonna measure the case again because it should be about 45 with the crown guard thing. Yeah, see, a little over 45, 45.666 with the crown guard, but it is a 44 millimeter case, and I've already measured the thickness. I don't want to do it again because I don't want to risk scratching it. But it's about 12.7 millimeters thick. Here's another cool thing about this watch. The movement is hackable. So let me get a nice... See the second hand there? Pulled out the crown. Boom. Movement is stopped. So the movement is hackable. And not much else going on there. Standard date, regular adjustments. The loom, not going to really talk about the loom because it's just the hour and minute hand has a small little sliver of loom on it. It's nothing special. It'll work in severely dark environments. But you're not going to be buying this watch for loom anyway. Loom hounds will go for divers watches and other things. So yeah, it's a mineral crystal glass. Nothing fancy there. It's already, this one has a scratch already where my buddy kind of knocked it on something. But there's actually a nice amount of detail to the case. Certain tops are brushed and certain the side pieces are polished. The crown actually has the Bulova insignia on it. You can see it. There you go, Bulova insignia. The bracelet is actually very, very nice. The insides of the links are polished, as you can see there. It makes for a really shimmery effect in certain lights. So it's a proper bracelet. The sides of the bracelet are polished. I have so much fingerprints on this thing, it's ridiculous. There you go. See, polished sides, solid end links, which is a nice touch. I'm pretty sure it's solid. Yep, that's a solid end link. Deployant, polished buckle system. Really nice, really good. This is a proper, really good bracelet, and it's a screw-down type link, so it's very well done. I'm really stoked on this watch. I'm gonna get one myself. I just love the fact that it's kind of a meld between old and newer technology, and I really appreciate that. Oh, what else can I say about this thing? You know, it's if you want a nice sweeping second hand but don't want to have to deal with constantly making sure your watch is wound, you know, mechanical watches or automatic watches. You need to move them around. This one will just stay running for about 2 years. Then you gotta change the battery. Get a Precisionist. Don't let anybody tell you about Bulova. Oh, don't get Bulova. They're not good watches. Couldn't be further from the truth. They're good watches. I have one myself. They're very well made. They've got a style all their own, and don't let any snob. I don't care if what the watch is, as long as I like the way it feels when I'm wearing it. That's all that matters. I have worn multi-$1,000 watches that just didn't inspire me, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to wear this. And then I've worn $50 crappy Seiko 5s that I really love. You know, it all depends on how you feel about it. So don't let anybody tell you anything different. You decide for yourself. Don't let watch snobs dictate your purchases just because of the price or brand. I hate that. Wear and buy a watch because you love it. That being said, thanks Scott for letting me borrow this beautiful watch, and we'll talk to you later.